Okay, hello everyone. We are from Group 2 from the Public Sector Financial Statement Analysis course, and our group consists of 7 members, including myself and my fellow teammates. And today we will be presenting our infographic titled Fiscal Imbalance in DKI Jakarta's Regional Budget and Analysis based on the local government's financial statements from the 2020 to 2024. And our group consists of 7 members, including myself. My name is Abigail Chelsea Nyandame.
My name is Asmila Agustina.
My name is Tiara Nurul Rasman.
My name is Muhammad Rafaldi Reza.
My name is Asri Harum Agustin.
My name is Dewi Salsabila.
My name is Muhammad Yun Rohim.
Okay, and this infographic explains the budget surplus or SILPA, sisa lebih perhitungan anggaran of the DKI Jakarta's provincial governments each year, along with comparisons of revenue and expenditure from 2020 to 2024. The purpose is to demonstrate that the existence of SILPA or unspent budget surplus indicates inefficient budget absorption. And its charts and visual component of this infographic will be explained in more detail by my teammates. The time is yours.
Okay, first let me start by giving introductions of our infographic. As Indonesia's capital with one of the largest regional budgets, or APBD, DKI Jakarta allocates tens of trillions of rupiah every year to support public services, infrastructure, and economic growth. But despite its strong revenue performance and stable financial management, not all of that money is actually spent. By the end of each fiscal year, there's still a significant amount left unused. This is what we call SILPA or sisa lebih perhitungan anggaran or surplus of budget calculation. This shows that there are still inefficiencies in how the budget is planned and executed. Now to understand this issue better, my friends will explain more about this through the data and chart we've prepared.
Okay, here I will explain about the comparison of budget and revenue realization of DKI Jakarta for 2020 to 2024. From the graph, it can be seen that there's a positive trend in regional revenue performance over the past 5 years. Overall, the revenue realization of DKI Jakarta saw a good consistency with achievement approaching of the even exceeding the budgeting target. For the example, in the 2021, the realization reached 103.55%, and in the 2023, it reached 100.57% of the set target. However, there is a slight decline in 2020 and 2022 caused by economic slowdown and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2024, there is a sign of recovery with a realization achievement of 97.44%, indicating the provincial government of DKI Jakarta is able to maintain regional revenue stability and amid ongoing economic dynamic. Thus, this revenue performance reflects of the local government's ability to make adaptive and effective fiscal adjustment and management. And the next chart material will be explanation by my colleagues regarding the state expenditure. Thank you.
Okay, so the next chart here is the comparison of budget and realization of expenditure of DKI Jakarta in the year of 2020 to 2024. So as we can see here, the chart illustrates the fluctuations in DKI Jakarta's budget absorption from 2020 to 2024. Although the overall budget allocation remained relatively stable during this period, the realization rate showed notable variations. In 2022, for instance, there was a significant decline to 84.70%, reflecting a slowdown in spending efficiency. This slowdown indicates that certain programs or projects might have faced delays in implementation, which in turn contributed to the increase of SILPA or unspent budget surplus. The rise in SILPA suggests that a considerable portion of allocated funds was not utilized effectively within the fiscal year, pointing to inefficiencies in budget execution and planning. However, there was a gradual recovery in 2023 and 2024, showing improvements in both planning and fund absorption. Despite this positive trend, maintaining consistent execution across departments remain a key challenge. strengthening coordination, improving project management, and accelerating disbursement process are crucial steps to ensure that the allocated budget can be absorbed optimally. By doing so, DKI Jakarta can minimize idle funds, enhance fiscal performance, and ensure that every rupiah spent delivers maximum benefit to public welfare and regional development. And the next chart will be explained by my colleague.
Okay, next is about the realization of the budget surplus or SILPA of the Jakarta Provincial Government. The realization of the budget surplus or SILPA of the Jakarta Provincial Government showed a fluctuating trend from 2020 to 2024, reaching its peak in 2021 and declining afterward. This fluctuation and downward trend indicate challenges in optimizing budget absorption and maintaining consistent financial management. It also suggests that spending realization may not have been fully effective or that policy priorities and budget allocation shifted each year in response to evolving needs and economic conditions.
Okay, I will explain about solutions for addressing budget and SILPA issues. The first of solution is improving the accuracy of revenue budget planning. Accurate planning starts by assessing past revenue trends and key economic factors. Collaboration among Bapenda, regional revenue offices, and other agencies is crucial to map revenue sources in line with RPJMD, RKPD, and PUAPAS. Number 2 is enhancing revenue collection and supervision capacity. Digitalizing revenue collection and oversight with regular audits enhance efficiency and prevent leakage. Using tax apps and monitoring dashboards speed up responses, while performance-based incentive keep officers motivated and accountable. Next is improving budget planning and execution. Budget planning should align with agreed work plans or PPAS and community priorities through Musrembang. Each SKPD must prepare realistic, purposeful budget or RKA and avoiding unnecessary spending. Regular monitoring of physical and financial progress ensure faster absorption, especially for strategic or capital projects. Next is optimizing budget utilizing minimized SILPA. Large SILPA or budget surpluses usually stem from poor planning or delayed execution. To address this, government should analyze causes of low absorption, refocus funds on priority programs, and start implementation early in the fiscal year. Unused funds must be redirected to strategic projects in the next year, while performance review target unit with recurring over or underspending. The last solution is conducting strict monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring includes periodic review of revenue, spending, and program outcomes using dashboard and evaluation forum for early issue detection and timely correction. Year-end evaluation should emphasize reflection to enhance future budget planning. And the next material will be explained by my friend.
Next, we move on to constellation from the notes of DKI Jakarta regional budget, or APBD from 2020 to 2024. It can be counted that alter regional revenue constantly, as if already fund exceeded its target. Expenditure realization remained below expectations. This situation has resulted in persistently high level of SILPA each year, reflecting fiscal imbalance where a significant portion of the budget remains unspent. This indicates weakness in budget planning, coordination, and spending efficiency, which limit the government's ability to fully maximize public benefit from the allocated funds. To address this issue, improving spending discipline, accelerating budget realization, and strengthening monetary system are crucial steps. By implementing this mixture, Jakarta can reduce its SILPA level and ensure that its fiscal capacity effectively support public welfare and sustainable development. That concludes our presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope our explanation has provided a clear overview of DKI Jakarta regional budget and its fiscal challenge. Once again, thank you for following our presentation until the end.